don't see any political coloration in the way he's going about his business. If you look at his mandate, he's just fulfilling the mandate. You know, and he should be allowed to do so. He should be allowed to do so because I agree with Mustafa in the sense that, look, corruption is killing our country. It really is. And I'm not saying that Ken is corrupt or otherwise, because I don't know the full facts. But what I am saying is that if you're a public official, you're sworn in an oath, you're in office, you have controlled our public finances over an 8-year period, and you are required to come and answer questions, then you should make it easy to answer those questions, to the questions. You know, that is what I think. Because once you accept, you know, you have to accept that once you occupy any position of any public office, let me put it that way, you have actually agreed for greater scrutiny than would be on you or I, you know. And so there will, by necessity, be some kind of level of erosion and to your rights or whatever. It doesn't mean that your human rights or your legal rights should be flouted, but there will be a greater degree of scrutiny than for ordinary people. So that's the starting point. He's following his mandate. There are questions to be answered. He's put those questions there. Look, Interpol is not in the business of just naming people willy-nilly just because someone's told them to do so. There are certain conditions you have to meet before they put you on that list, because it's a very serious matter. It's not a joke. It's a very, very serious matter. So the fact that they have deemed it fit that that Ken should qualify to be on that list also speaks, volumes. So we shouldn't say the OSP is on some kind of vendetta. And this question about trying to protect his job, he's a lawyer, for God's sake. He can work anywhere. He can always earn a living as a lawyer. So it should not be reduced. Let's not reduce the discourse to that level. And the thing is, in any event, it's not just the OSP. My understanding is that there are other agencies, security agencies, that would also like to have a chat with Ken. All right. Like you have it. So let's look at the facts of the matter. Let's look at and one more thing I'd like to say. This question about the OSP, and it's not just him, the previous one as well, them not delivering. And we need to be cautious when we make that statement, because you need government support to do your work if you're in that situation. And consistently, they have both said that they were literally working with one or both hands tied behind their backs. So this is a government that I see is willing to support in the fight against corruption. So let us see how the OSP performs, being given a free hand to fight corruption. If he still can't deliver, then we can have that conversation. And in the Cecilia Dapa case, my understanding is that the case has been reopened. I don't know if someone can tell me whether that's the case or not. But
I can confirm that as we speak, yeah.
That it's been reopened. So let's just hold our horses and see what happens. We were all very surprised about the so-called outcome of that case, because looking at what we saw and the outcome, we were all sort of sitting there with our jaws ajar. So let's just hold our horses and see what happens. But as far as I'm concerned, he's not doing anything wrong so far.
Thank you so much. You just heard the Victoria Bright.